Hey everybody, hopefully whoever is watching this right now has completely forgotten about a mysterious Luke Cage review trailer that seems to have disappeared, because that's not what's happening now. What's happening now is this video. This is coming first. To be honest, I'm just putting this out there, I'm in a continuous depressive state, and that's kind of resulting in things that are kind of elaborate. Like, I had a Luke Cage review and I also had an OA review, and I recorded them, so I guess I'm gonna put them out at some point. But you know, who's talking about Luke Cage and OA anymore, you know? But hey, that is not, however, why I'm here today. Today I'm here to talk to you about a very specific subject, and I'm gonna see how quickly I can do that. I don't have a lot of time in the mornings anymore because they're like interns working here now, and they come in at ridiculous hours, like almost as bad as I do. Today I would like to talk to you guys about time. So funnily enough, I'm not super good with time management, but that's more specifically when I have a whole bunch of things to do and everything has popped up at once. And I'm a graphic designer, so it's like everybody wants all the work at one time, you know? It's difficult to prioritize, and honestly you just have to kind of play it by ear. And so in that case, I more than likely could work a lot more efficiently. However, I do have certain philosophies about time, and they've served me well. But first, a little backstory. The reason why I'm even bringing this up is because my younger brother is having minor surgery today. This morning I was kind of like, cut it kind of close, because it was like a morning. You have to get there, you know, 8ish. I was like, yeah, kind of close. I hadn't finished getting ready yet. I didn't even bother having breakfast because I knew that they would need the amount of time to get there. And I was like, hey, Mom, because Mom is the one taking me to work and also taking my little brother to his surgery. I was like, hey Mom, we need to, I would suggest you guys just leave me and go ahead, because you're gonna need as much time as you can. And she was like, oh, but it's like a 5-minute walk down the road, it's like right there. And I'm not gonna get into an argument with my mom about why that's not a good way to think about time, because she's also considerably older than I am. So, you know, who am I to say anything to her? The way that I look at it, things exist in average, like, time chunks, and when you start adding the things together and the possibilities that may come from those, it adds up the time considerably. So what I do is, in most situations where I have the time to get there early, I get there as early as possible. For my company, if you're listening to the Travel Plans podcast, which has no new episodes because I haven't been on the road in months, but if you've been listening to the Travel Plans podcast, you know that I run a photo booth for my company. And when I'm getting ready for photo booths, I used to pack stuff from the day before and then come an hour before when I need to leave the office. Nowadays I come 2 hours before, because not only will I need to finalize some things, there's always something that I forgot, but something always goes wrong. And mishaps in this job cost you 1 hour. They cost you an hour. I don't know how to explain it to other people at this company. They like to pretend that, oh yeah, no, it's fine, we'll just do. And I'm like, no, get there as early as possible. Any mishap is going to cost you 1 hour. The reason why I say 1 hour for mishaps, at least in this job, is because as time has gone on and I've gotten older and older, I've realized more and more how much 1 hour doesn't matter. Like, it's not a big measurement of time anymore. It's nothing. An hour can be eaten up very quickly. this week all of the days have been vanishing, and days are made out of 24 hours. It's already, what day is it? It's already Thursday at the time of this recording. The week like just started. Time doesn't really mean anything, and in terms of like an hour, like, oh yeah, an hour, an hour can just, especially if you have a lot of work to do, it can just vanish. And if something goes wrong, to correct it, you're going to need as much time as possible. So that's kind of changed the way that I look at time and doing things on time and getting to places early. In my mind, any traveling, it doesn't matter how far you're going, all traveling adds on average 10 minutes. That 10 minutes is factoring in the travel time that as a result of traffic took longer than you expected it to take. Because some variable always happens. Sometimes you drive out and there's zero traffic, but that happens so rarely that it's like, okay, if I'm heading somewhere at 3 o'clock in the morning, sometimes I have work that requires me to get to the office so early that I have to go from like 3. If I'm getting out then, I know that there's no cars on the road, so I don't need to get out super early, but I'm gonna do it anyways, because that 10 minutes also factors for mishaps. Mishaps are less likely when driving. For me, they're less likely when being transported from one place to another than they are in my job. So my job, the mishaps are very complicated and they occupy at least an hour to correct. A mishap on the road is just like, oh, hold on, oh, it's not just traffic, there's like an accident here, that's what happened, okay. Or my favorite, oh, we forgot something important which happened today, and if you had gone from way earlier, you wouldn't be having this problem. I don't get it. Just go early. I don't know where this Jamaican stereotype came from. People who are Jamaican who are watching this, they probably figured that I was going to reach, if I'm talking about time, they probably figured I was going to reach this conclusion at some point. But Jamaicans are just so weird about time. I don't know what the deal is. Just get there early. Get there way earlier than you need to. You know what I love? I love waiting for flights. Like waiting in the terminal. I love getting through the whole process, right? Getting through all of that rigmarole and then walking a crazy distance and then sitting down somewhere for hours. I love it because it means that if whatever happens during that time period, I have enough mental space, there's enough of a buffer in between the things happening. It's like if I get too many things at once, especially stuff that I don't know how to deal with, my anxiety is going to start to build up. And it's going to make me less efficient. But if I have a lot of time available to me, I'm just like, oh yeah, I think. When I'm waiting in terminals for like a connecting flight, I don't necessarily do it intentionally when I'm picking the tickets, but there's always a ridiculously long waiting time between when the flight lands and between when the connecting flight departs. And so I end up just kind of hanging out in terminals and falling asleep. So much so that very frequently a terminal will change during that time period, and it's like, say if I'm in MIA is so big, and so like the change in terminal, all of a sudden it's like, oh no, you have to take the SkyTrain to go to, and it's just like, everything is fine. I have hours. I have a ridiculously long amount of time to not have to like be stressed out about, oh no, what if I get there late? If it's important, forego everything in the name of getting there early. There's no use in getting to places late. None. It doesn't serve you positively in any way. it makes every situation more complicated, and it doesn't make you look good. Getting to places late makes you look incompetent. So it's like, get to places, just go to places on time, just do it. Just go there ridiculously early if you can. If you have the time, and if they'll allow it, get to a place an hour beforehand and then just chill in the waiting room. It's fine. It's fine. I feel like the world is so fast, and like everything, it's all about speed, you know, it's all about speed of information, and it's all about, oh, we're doing social media, so we need to be fast, you know, that my company does digital media marketing services, so we're doing stuff on social media, and everything needs to be fast. And it's like, it's okay to have downtime, it's okay to be slow. If you're just fast all the time, if everything is at the last minute at a breakneck pace, it's gonna drive you crazy. That's kind of all that my job is right now, so I'm pretty much on the brink. So I guess that's it for today's episode. I managed to do this with enough time to spare. I really want to put out that Luke Cage review and that OA review because I recorded stuff for it. You know? I want to do it. I don't know when I'm going to muster up the energy to do it. I have so little motivation, but I don't know, man, I just want to, so we'll see what happens. If nobody watches it, it'll be fine, honestly. I just want to do it for myself, I guess. But yeah, that's it. See you guys later. I need to come up with some kind of sign off, I suppose. You just got shot by Quick. You've been shooting with Quickshot. Thanks for tuning in for another Quick Shot with Quick. Bye.